Hello there, everybody. How are you doing? This is Rosanna, aka Rosie Glow, live streaming from Paradise, aka Cayman or Grand Cayman. I am very pleased to have got through the cosmic monkeys of the last couple of days, praying that the technology stays strong for us this evening. For me, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. For you, it's 8 p.m. I have got some selenite crystal with me, which feels really good to work with. So if you've got some moonstone, then that would be great to work with this new moon energy. Otherwise, another clear stone of some description would be helpful. Also, frequencies you want to bring in. So I've got some citrine here and also some fool's gold. Pyrite, which I just love this stuff. I'm such a magpie. But if you are seeking to bring in some abundance and prosperity, then you definitely want some lovely yellow and golden stones. Now, I'm going to invite you all to interact with me. So do let me know who's on. I can see 4 of you have joined already. And I've really been taking time to feel into this new moon. How are you doing post-eclipse? Well, that was pretty intense, wasn't it? To be honest, my life has been in the fast lane so strongly for the last few weeks and preparing to come out here that I really felt the eclipse, but it was more about holding space for others. And now that I'm here, I'm getting to recalibrate and recenter and realign. And there's a few intuitive notes I have made regarding the energies of this new moon, because we're actually really being given an opportunity to replenish and to recharge. I have got my cacao with me and I am going to do a little toast. I know some of you are very into cacao and have got together with cacao, but don't necessarily know, hey Annie, welcome, how to work with the beautiful spirit of this medicine in such a way that you benefit most. You can just drink ceremonial grade cacao as a hot chocolate, but it's not going to give you the interaction with your higher self unless you really tune into that. So, hey, Courtney, bless you. I've actually hardly had any sun so far. I'm getting there. Today, I went for my first scuba dive in the pool, yes, first time I've been underwater, breathing underwater. That was really intense, I have to say. Ian's a great teacher, so that was brilliant. And we're hopefully going to go out for a dive in the ocean once we're finished with this. So, hey, Danny, lovely to see you. Great. So anyone who's here, I'm seeing the numbers going up. It's oscillating. Do introduce yourself. So back to the cacao. If you are working with ceremonial grade cacao, it is very important, first of all, not to put boiling water directly into your cacao. So let the water cool down a bit. It won't stay raw and in its potency if you put fresh boiled water in. The other thing is, as I said, it really helps to do a little bit of connecting to your heart first. I'll take you through this process so you can see. It helps you to connect to your heart first and really drop out of your mind. And with the energies that I've been feeling with this new moon, it's definitely one of those things that the more we ground and center this evening and just welcome the softer energies in, the more we're going to sparkle and glitter and shine. And one thing I'd like you to write down right now is, what color glitter do you need in your life? I've immediately gone to gold and to magenta. But just any colors that you want to bring in as glitter energy, because this is really the sparkle, the fairy dust, the magic, which is going to help you to really see how far you've come, because we've had some relentless lessons recently. I've written quite a few notes, but as we have quite a few of you on already, let's do a little bit of a toast to the Cacao Diva so you can drink as I talk. So bring your crystals in front of you, sit comfortably. I'm going to bring my feet into butterfly pose. So when you do this, you create a seal. So one of the things I wanted to offer you today, because I know energies have been really high, are some very practical ways that you can just calm yourself down if you're finding yourself really flighty. Anyone who's just joined, please introduce yourselves. We'd love to know who's here. So back to the feet in butterfly pose, hands in butterfly in namaste. When you do this, you basically create a strong link with your core line, because you haven't got your hands and your feet open to either receive or to give energy. So you're going through the crown and also through the pelvic floor into your earth chakra. And if you're new to my work, I talk a lot about the earth chakra because this is what we need to activate fully and keep clear and cleansed if we want to be able to manifest the things that we desire in our physical reality. So bringing your feet together. This isn't the meditation. I'm not going straight into the meditation yet. I'm just taking you into a little cacao blessing. If you haven't got cacao, don't worry. You can totally buzz off our cacao. And I will be, I've got both the Guatemalan and also the Peruvian cacao, so Cacao Love and Keith's Cacao in stock very, very soon. So if you would like either or both, then let me know, and I'll put the link so you can order directly for Keith's Cacao if you want in this video. But also just remember that the more you put into it, the more you get out of this. So we will be looking at offering some online meditations, online cacao ceremony, so I can kind of share with you a little bit more how to journey with this beautiful medicine. It's so subtle and it's so profound, but it's so easy to overlook as a result. So anyway, hands on the cacao or hands on your heart. Take a moment, just close your eyes. Allow yourself to welcome your breath and recognize your breath as the source of all that is. So even with your eyes closed, lowering your eyes to look down towards your heart and taking a moment to be willing to dive into the depths of your heart, to recognize that spark of divine light that's shimmering there, to dive towards it. And as you dive towards it, it grows bigger and brighter until it explodes through your heart. And it creates a rod of light moving up and down your body at the same time, up through to the sun, and down through to your earth chakra, through your pelvic floor. So we take a moment just to welcome and recognize that the divinity that we seek is both within us and around us. The Cacao Diva is in herself beautiful, sacred, feminine energy. So she is part of the divine feminine expression. And so as we welcome her presence, this soft, subtle, and yet very profound and healing presence, we recognize that she's the understated. She comes out of hiding when it's needed to awaken our hearts. And as we become heartfelt and compassionate, she then retreats again because we have learnt the lesson. So we work with this magical being, knowing that it is sacred, that we never know how long she'll be around for. So we honor her presence every time we work with her. And so allow yourself to cultivate feelings of appreciation and compassion, care and gratitude towards yourself, to all the wonder that you are, all the things that are great about you. And there are great things about you. Just take a moment and acknowledge yourself, the wonder being that you are. And as your heart bursts with this beautiful golden energy, it's also cascading down from above, feeding your physical body and your light body, all the layers of your energy body. And we just acknowledge we have a sphere of compassion surrounding us. We have a core line that runs through each of us. So imagine from the sun, you have a beam of light that moves right down through all of your energy centers, down through your body, down through your pelvic floor, into what seems like a sphere of light just below the surface of the earth. And as you anchor your light into that sphere, it gets activated and purified until there's so much light within that sphere below you that it bursts around the planet. For those of you who know about the crystalline grid, it awakens your connection to the crystalline grid. Whether you can visualize or not, don't worry. Just imagine the light moving around, and then it pulls into the center of the earth, like gravity's pulling it into the heart of Gaia. And from there, as it is energized, it moves back up through your own body and out through the crown of your head and out through your heart at the same time. So you're moving energy through you in different flows, up and down and all around. So notice if your breathing has changed. And we honor this beautiful, beautiful medicine for the harmony and the balance she brings. May we each be led where we most need to go. And may we be shown just how loved and wonderful and held and supported we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho. So you can gently open your eyes when you're ready and come back to your well-being. Welcome everybody who's joined us. That was just a little cacao blessing. I wanted to share a little bit more about how to work with cacao. And also please bear in mind that, hey Sarika, if you are drinking cacao at home, recommended dose is around 10 to 30 grams daily if you are drinking it, rather than a ceremonial dose, which if you're new to cacao, start with 42 grams. You can always have a few more grams later in the ceremony. It's definitely recommended to stay between 42 and 47 for the first ceremony, and then you can build up to about 57 grams, but we're all different. And if you overdo it, it's really not great for your gallbladder or your kidneys or your liver. So just bear that in mind. It's really good to go to someone who knows what they're doing with cacao. Okay, it's lots and lots of people are working with it now, which is great. But you really want to check that you're working with people who know what they're doing, because it is subtle, but it's also very profound. And if you have too much and you're not prepared for the inner work, it can really leave you crashing down. Okay, so if you feel very emotional following doing this meditation, or drinking lots of cacao any other time, then just remember to hold yourself in a sphere of love and compassion, drink lots of water, write down what's going on, and know that in order to access your bliss body, we all have to go through our pain body, but we don't need to get stuck there. It's like walking down the aisles of a supermarket and going, oh, there's anger, there's jealousy, there's pissed offness, there's pain, there's that old memory that I don't like, and there's this discomfort, and there's this envy, and all the other things. But just keep going. Just keep going. You don't have to pick them off the shelf, and you don't have to put them in your trolley, and you don't have to pay for them. Okay? Just keep going. So the notes I've made about this particular co-creation meditation, are all about the fact that there's been quite a lot of disturbance in the field in the last 48 hours, I'd say particularly, but 72 hours. I mean, the wolf moon eclipse that we had a couple of weeks ago was really intense for people. It really rattled people's roots. And for a lot of people, that was physical pain. So if you've been in physical pain, bear in mind that there's this particular new moon is very healing energy to support us to lick our wounds, to soothe our aches and pains, and just to really come out of that fight, flight, freeze space. So when we do a little blessing like this and you bring the hands together and your feet together, you create a seal which allows you to own and contain your own energy, so you're not leaking energy to others. If you bring your fingertips together and just close your eyes, notice where your attention goes, and it will tell you immediately which energy center you have most active, therefore which one might be overactive, or, well, it will be overactive, not underactive, so it could be leaking energy. So learning to keep your energy field in balance. This is what I do through my coaching and through my online programs. So, bear that in mind if you know you'd like to become a little more proficient in being able to harmonize your frequencies with the world around you, whatever world you're in. This is all important work to do. And to mention, because I will forget otherwise, if you have been feeling very angry, if you look on this particular YouTube channel, I did do an anger channeling yoga video. So if you want to clear the anger and transmute it into healing energy, there's a great video on this channel. I'll put the link to it in the video text below this one so that you can access that as well. And the daily prayer I'm going to read out to you because it's really relevant today in terms of what we're going to be working with the new moon. And also it is new moon, so this is the perfect time to get back into the Star Salutation Prosperity Challenge. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my website, rosieglow.com, that's where if you sign up, you get the Prosperity Challenge emailed to you. Just check your spam and your promotions folders. And you start that on the new moon, which would be today. You follow it through for 28 days, but you set an intention of something you really want to co-create and bring into your life, and it will help you clear the blocks to that. Also, the daily prayer is always published on Rosie Glow Facebook and Instagram. So if you'd like to take part in that, that would be great. I'll read it just before we go into our meditation. I can see there's at least 10 of you on, so please do let me know who's on. I'd love to know who else is there. We've said hello to Annie, Courtney, Danny, and Sarika. So hello, I am Rosie Glow, and I am currently broadcasting from Paradise. Yeah, and this is the co-creation that started being co-created in July, but I had no idea that I would be here 6 months from August. So, wow, amazing. Anyway, okay, so here's what's been coming up. We're here to heal the bruises, okay, from the full moon eclipse. And certainly this morning I woke up feeling a little bit out of sorts. It felt like things were kind of a little bit, when someone's growly or moaning, or there was just a disturbance in the field. This reminded me how important it is for me to harmonize my energies with being in this new space. So just remember, if you're feeling off, start with yourself. Don't start looking outwards to blame anyone. Just start with getting yourself clear. The most important thing we can work with this meditation is the self-negging out. I mean, this is always going to be the case to a certain degree, but it is about the way we criticize ourselves. So the self-judgment and the idea that we're not doing well enough and that whatever we do, it's not good enough. These are old stories. They're the things that have to be let go of now if we really want to embrace the new world that we are co-creating together. It's imperative to be your own best friend and to be your very own champion. Yeah, like your best... what's the word? When someone is your biggest fan. That's right. So be your own biggest fan, because when you do that, it will start being mirrored around you. It feels like there's been lots of falling apart over the weekend, as I said. And the question is, how much of it is self-induced and how much of it is external forces? And I'm sure if you're really honest with yourself, you'll find it's a mixture of the two, right? You know, it's what we do to ourselves to numb out or to shift our frequency, and then the interface with the outer world will let us know how beneficial that was for us. So the key here again is just to remember everything's experience, not to judge it, but just to be looking at seeking a more enjoyable experience every step of your life, right? So you learn how to sort of stay away from things that don't really serve you. Do drink your cacao as I'm talking, by the way. That's the idea before we get into the meditation. And so always we improve, but without the scolding. And many of us had so much scolding when we were growing up that the only way we know to move forward is to give ourselves a hard time. So, I've been talking a lot recently about making things easy, choosing for things to be easy. Now, again, to allow that to happen, your earth chakra has to be active. And what I've been noticing is people are activating their earth chakras, but not necessarily purifying them. If you don't purify that chakra by really moving energy through it, you end up with a cesspit of emotions and toxic thought forms that then start to come back up through your being again. So this is the responsibility that comes with being a co-creator, is knowing how to manage your energy consistently. And I'm a real stickler for this because I see how wrong it can go. The more you want to reach higher realms, the more you have to root down to what we call it, root down to rise high. Okay, because ultimately you've got to be grounded to bring in these higher frequency energies. Unearthed electricity is dangerous, right? So just bear that in mind. It's not good for you or those around you. So ground, earth, soften, trust. Let go of the need to watch your back. This really came up to me. This was the information that came to me as I was preparing. So for a lot of us, we've kind of been a little bit in like something happened that maybe disturbed us that we didn't expect, that, again, we might have brought on partly through our fears and expectations, but it's not us. And I've seen that around me a lot. And everybody's like got their shells up, really defensive, and it's like, okay, what's coming next? And it's really important this evening that we just drop that, we just let that go, let it all go. It's okay, we're where we need to be right now. We can trust that, we can trust we're held, we can trust we're supported, we can trust the universe has our back, because we are the universe and we are not abandoning ourselves. It's a very, very simple thing. Okay, hey Rochelle, welcome. So we're going to soothe the fight, flight, freeze response. And I know a lot of you are really feeling anxiety. It's very common as we're growing and evolving to deal with these very challenging emotions that actually start from our time in the womb. Okay, so they start before we get a chance to really think about them. I've talked about this in other videos, so I won't dwell on it. But just remember that the most uncomfortable emotions for you to deal with are not your own. They've just ones that you have sponged into you as you've been growing. And we didn't put them there, but we do need to clear them. We do need to love them up and transmute them if we want to feel differently to what the baseline has been so far. It's not who you are. It's just how you've been programmed to be. Remember that. So since the new year, we've been walking a bridge of old and new. And the message I've really been seeing is we've had to cultivate the courage to put one foot in front of the other and trust that as we put that foot down, we're not going to stumble over the bridge we're building. The next brick, the next part of the bridge is built just through us carefully and mindfully and trustingly putting the next foot forward. And I know how scary it is to keep saying yes, especially when life is changing in such a big way externally that you're like, whoa, I've been working so hard on myself for so long, and really the shifts outside of me have been, slow and incremental, and suddenly it seems like all the buses come at the same time. You're like, okay, and that can really get you in your chest. It can really get you in terms of anxiety. So the doTerra peace oil is brilliant. I can put a link again in this video so you can purchase that if you want. Also console and hope, they're lovely oils for just calming things down, and also lemongrass, which is a little better on the solar plexus. So peace on the heart, and you can put lemongrass on the solar plexus. Cacao, again, setting the intention to calm anxiety will really help. We're clearing the past and building the bricks of our future. Some of this is from Forever Conscious, but most of it has been coming through me. It's just important to muster the courage to take the next yes step. So lots and lots has materialized, and what you can use as your focus for this meditation is what yet doesn't seem to have bloomed. So I'll use the example of my most recent Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me group, who quite a few of them are on here, and to actually say that what happens is by the end of the course you see how far you've come and how many things have shifted, but you then also have other things that have been more persistent and are going to need more work to be able to really radically shift in your life. So those are the things I'm asking you to bring to the table. If you look at what's gone on since the new year, really allowing yourself to say, okay, so much has shifted. Some of it's been challenging, some of it's been easy. But ultimately, what do I now want to bring in? If I could wave a magic wand, because that's what we want to do, is in making the most of the energies of this moon. If I could wave a magic wand, what would it be that I would most want to see changing in my life right now? And I'm going to ask you just to contemplate that, write it down as I'm continuing to talk, because that will be a big part of our co-creation this evening. Anyone who's new to this, we're usually online about an hour, okay? So I'll make sure that I'm done. The new moon isn't actually born until 9:04. So you're going to be doing all of the clearing and setting the new vibration. So as soon as the new moon energy comes in, it will pierce through and activate. So I will go on at least till 9:04 to make that happen, okay? So we focus on clearing the resistance to those things that we most want to see shift for us. And you can write down what they are. Give thanks for them. Write down the things that you would like to see now shifting in this month. So by the end of the month, you're able to say, wow, I've had this massive breakthrough with this, and this has happened, and it seems to be consistently happening now. Calling in grace and ease in all launches. So anything you're seeking to launch, just invite grace and ease in. So I think that's it, really. Are there any questions from anybody before we get started in terms of things that have been coming up that you would just like a little bit of guidance on from the perspective of co-creating your reality? Because there's the opportunity to share that with you now if you wish. And whilst people do have a moment to share anything they would like to, or to ask any questions, good time to also cleanse the crystals. So I'm going to place mine in my hand that I'm going to be working with to imbue these new moon energies into. But like I said, if you have a question, anything you would like some guidance on, just put a note and I'll read it out before I go into the meditation. For now, I'm going to cleanse the crystals. So if that's what you want to do as well, you're not writing, do it with me. If you are writing, know that yours will be crystal. Your crystals will also be cleansed by virtue of the fact that we're connecting. So taking a moment to close the eyes. Remembering again this huge sphere of love that surrounds you, and the rod of light that's moving down through your body, and the light that's around the planet. Just take a moment to find your center. So rock a little side to side, and then take a little bit of a journey around your tailbone, and find your center point. Okay, so you just dance around your tailbone. So you breathe in, take a long breath out, anchor your light, feel yourself get taller. And then please repeat after me. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I cleanse these crystals to renew their power so they may bring peace and harmony and benefit humankind. I command that all unhelpful energies taken to where they can be transmuted into pure love and light. So only the purest frequencies of love and light exist within these crystals for the highest good of all. And so it is, and so it shall be. Aho. Excellent work. So you can stay with your eyes closed if you like. I'm just reading through and what's coming through. So what's possible? Challenging the impossible. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go into that. So Annie's just asked, I have difficulty with the space between what's realistic to shift in a period of time, yet also what's possible, challenging the possible. Well, one thing is divine timing. We can have the desire to have achieved something by a certain time, but when we really hand that over to source, it will happen in the right time. And so long as we don't get attached to the specific timing of the events, then we're just setting in motion what we want to happen and when we would like it to happen by, without worrying about the how. And whether it happens by that point or not, it's the fact that we've set something in motion that allows it to materialize in divine timing. So one thing that really helps with that one is the I am statement, where I am surrendering my personal will to divine will. So when I work with that with you with the coaching, Annie, as you know, that's really about you being able to accept that, yes, you want certain things, and from your human perspective, you want them in this time, but you're handing over to a higher aspect of you to bring it in at the right time, because there's a lot of this is about cooperating with everyone else's higher selves and dynamics outside of us. So we really have got to trust that whatever we think would be the ideal time is what causes us the pain and the suffering when we don't get it by that point. So that's an ego-driven thing. Just like I've said in yoga, forcing yourself into a posture, claiming you have to be able to do a certain posture is it's coming from a place that isn't allowing your body to express itself in its fullness. So we all have limitations in every way because we're souls, just like we have things we've mastered in every way. So allowing yourself to surrender your attachment to timing, even though you set an intention for a specific timing, is part of our soul's growth. Okay. The same with the yoga, intending to want to master a specific pose without being attached to whether it actually really happens or not. It's the discipleship, it's the practice towards that allows us to really grow on our journey as souls. So I hope that helps. But it's okay to want things that are unrealistic in your perception. Dreaming big at a new moon is cool, right? Yeah, dreaming big at a new moon is definitely the time to do it. And it really does depend on the frequencies. But we have a very benevolent new moon this time around, which is why it is important to dream big. And as I've said before, not worry about the how. By the full moon, whatever hasn't yet materialized, any resistance you've got coming up, so in terms of timing to events or obstacles that seem to have shown up, that's then what you use the full moon to clear up. Okay, so you do an initial clearing of resistance with the new moon through the process I take you on, and then with the full moon we go deeper because there'll be other issues relating to its manifestation that we need to take care of. So one thing to be very mindful of is that sometimes we want things that seem so fantastical that actually we know there's a part of us that just knows they're never going to happen, or really doesn't believe they're ever going to happen. So as a result, it's easier to want something that's just insane, in your opinion, than something that is achievable. So getting back to the feeling state rather than the specific. So feeling really safe financially, feeling really safe, in terms of opportunities coming your way to amass income, if that's something that's important to you, rather than it's got to be this amount of money by this time. If you do want something specific like that, you can definitely work with a prosperity challenge on it, and it will clear your blocks, but it will also reveal to you where that desire is coming from. And if our desires are coming from fear rather than love, we will get a lot of obstacles come up because we need to recognize where we're coming from in that. Okay. So there are different layers to all of this, but the main thing is not to be attached to the outcome, to trust in divine timing, but still to be open to dreaming your dream. So whatever inspires you most that you want to achieve and create, challenge the impossible by all means. But how about exploring unimaginable horizons? And the sweet edge in yoga is that place where you're not so overextending that you can't breathe, but you're also not so playing it safe that you're not progressing. So in your intention setting, you want to play a little bit with that edge as well. Go to the place that excites you rather than the place that terrifies you, because excitement still will infer a level of fear because it's anticipation, and anxiety and excitement are two ends of the same frequency. Really, it depends how you perceive it. So really just giving yourself that permission to get excited, knowing that's still going to involve you moving through some fears and challenges that come up, and not to give up on yourself, because that's why something has to be there as a carrot that you truly want to master, and for the right reasons as well. So be clear on your reasoning behind your intentions. Okay, so I can see numbers are going up and down, obviously, and a lot of you have children as well. So I'm going to start to get on with the meditation. These will be very powerful frequencies. So I asked you to contemplate the colour glitter that you most want to bring into your life. And you can have several colours of glitter. So there'll be a little bit of creativity here for you. Okay. So I'm just going to read you the prayer. So what I invite you to do is just to bring your hands to your heart. If you're still drinking your cacao, that's fine. Place your crystals. I've got mine on either knee. And I'm now sitting in half lotus, but obviously whatever's most comfortable for you. I hope you're enjoying the scenery behind me, because I'm enjoying looking at it. Okay, so here is the prayer that I read out earlier on Instagram, on my story on Instagram, which I do every day. Let's just get us in the right space. Good evening, diamonds. The moon is new, and with this comes a different view of what once was and what now is, making space for co-creating dreams. Here I am, on the edge of my abyss, facing my fears and taking risks, as I dive into an unknown blue, open to magic and the unveiling of truth, in order to discover new worlds that seem full of divine opportunities. The how doesn't matter, just state as fact, I am now becoming that. I am that I am. And you can release your hands when you're ready. Give them a little bit of a rub, and just consider. I said this when I was doing the morning prayer earlier. I asked people to consider when they're going about their day, instead of sort of focusing on the fact that they might feel jealous or envious or too small or not big enough or whatever comes up for them as they go about their day. Anything that you like the look of that you want to embody, just claim it. I am that. You want to be pregnant, you see a pregnant woman, I am that. You see the baby in arms, I am that. You see the happy couple or the apparently happy couple, I am that. Rather than, no, see, everybody's got what I don't have. Like, you've got to really let go of that the world is against me mentality, because it isn't. It's just how you've been trained to look at the world. It's how mainstream media asks you to look at the world. You don't have to look at it that way. How about everybody is supporting you all of the time to achieve the things that you most want to achieve? Let's start there, okay? And when you really allow yourself to believe that, you'll start to see where you're blocking your flow. Okay, and that's where we're going to be doing a big piece on self-forgiveness here, is the worst thoughts we think of others, right? The worst thoughts we think of ourselves. It is time to just love it all up, baby. So Bring the hands to the heart just for the invocation, then I'll invite you to let them go again, so you can close your eyes. Breathe down into your heart, down into your solar plexus, down into your sacral chakra, root chakra. And as you deepen your breath, lengthening your out breath, please repeat after me. I am the one self I am. I am all that is. I am that I am. I am unity consciousness. I am source consciousness. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am creator. I am free. I am aligning with Earth's ascension timeline. I am choosing to co-create with grace and ease. I am choosing to co-create my personal paradise. I am infinite love. I am infinite light. I am infinite wisdom. I am infinite power. I am divine intent. I am that I am. So you can release your hands now. Let the palms face up as though you're willing to receive. So hands open, palms up. You can hold your crystals if you want. And let's just take a moment to really envisage the sphere of compassion around you. So if you're new to what a sphere of compassion is, it's a holographic sphere. And much like the flower of life symbol, which if you haven't seen, I invite you to look up. If you were to look at any of the walls of this sphere, you'd see it's made up of trillions of little spheres, all spinning on their own axis. Each of these spheres represent different versions of you, different realities, different choice points, different possibilities. And yet each of them work in such a way that they spin super fast. And anything that you release from your body, your energy field, they transmute into pure love and compassion. For this sphere recognizes all of who you are, all of your nature, all of what you are capable of, both light and dark. And it holds you anyway in pure compassion. That's how worthy and loved we each are. This is divine grace. So as you remember, we have allowed a core line to extend from the sun down through our bodies into our earth chakras. This is like a rod of light. And it started by focusing on the spark in our divine heart. So the divine spark in our heart, which ignited into a rod of light. If you follow your awareness all the way up through the crown of your head, through your soul chakra, through the spirit chakra, the stellar gateway, the universal chakra, the cosmic chakra, all the way up through our sun, through the central sun, through the galactic sun, all the way up to the original source of all that is. Just allow yourself to contemplate this vastness pouring through the crown of your head via our local source point, which is the sun. And know that as it moves down through your body into your earth chakra, it awakens areas of your being that are maybe deadened or blocked. So you may feel strange tinglings or awakenings around your body. Just know that your physical body, the outline of your physical body is being strengthened. And then the outline of your energy body, so the light body that holds all of the layers of your energy bodies, is strengthened. And this may be a 6-pointed star or a diamond in its shape. And the outline of your sphere of compassion is also strengthened by you connecting to Source in this way. And as you take all that you need, feel how your earth chakra is so bright that it's sending light around the planet. The surplus of what you're bringing in is going to all those other conscious beings around the world that may need to balance and harmonize in their own way, taking if they need to, giving if they've got a surplus. And all the time we are offering our surplus to the ascension of humanity and of the ascending earth paradigm, so our planet, Gaia. As we each connect to welcoming and creating our personal paradise, so our ideal living conditions, we raise the frequency of the planet and we create paradise on earth. So welcome the idea that as you benefit yourself, you benefit humanity, you benefit the planet. It's the opposite of what we've been taught. And now give yourself permission just to welcome all of the lovely frequencies of energies that are available to you. So welcome the support of your soul family and your star family and the ancestors that want to see you do so well here on earth. And as these higher frequencies move through you, you'll start to feel a purging from your skin into your energy field of everything that has just been out of resonance, out of alignment with your highest intentions. So know that as you purge from your breath and from your skin, all of the smoke within you, if you like, or the toxicness within you that you may perceive, gets loved up by the sphere around you. So you'll start to feel more positively buoyant, like you're expanding, you're lightening, you're floating, and you're allowing more of your soul light to radiate through you. And don't worry about whether you're poisoning anyone or anything else. You're not. You're just releasing from deep within you what doesn't serve your highest good. And the sphere around you is transmuting it before it reaches anyone else. It's so clever. So allow that purge. In particular, just allowing the release of any toxic thoughts or feelings or beliefs you have noticed yourself perceiving, either about yourself or other people or the world. Just let it all go. We intend, I am choosing to see through eyes of love and to love what I see. So let's just give everybody in our lives permission to take responsibility for their own lessons. We don't need to be their teacher. We don't need to be the one that points things out. They can learn from life directly. And this is like trusting that there may be something right in front of you that you do need to stand up and speak up about. You can choose to do that with the utmost love and respect for yourself and those involved. And you can welcome the idea of nonviolent communication and how you can actually get your point across in a way that is loving, that involves being passive aggressive, and really does seek to awaken the highest good in all around. And sometimes we just have to set a boundary as well and say, this is not okay with me, because that's your truth. And it's okay to speak up for yourself that way. Just own your truth before projecting it onto anyone else. keep welcoming the higher frequencies. And allow this deeper release from all of your organs, from your bloodstream, from your bones, from your muscles, from the ligaments, the cartilage, the tendons. Just allow the full release of things you hold, especially in the nervous system as well. So at this stage, I'm going to invite you to create a sphere in front of your face and to place in that sphere anyone that you particularly feel a mistrust towards. So in order for us to really let go of this idea of watching our backs, I'm inviting you to put the version of you that feels very threatened, very unsafe into the sphere. And also anyone that has been in your life, especially in the last month, that you feel suspicious towards, that you don't trust their intentions, you don't trust their intent. Just place them in the sphere. Anyone that you found has particularly triggered you, frustrated you, annoyed you, and that maybe you have chosen to see the worst of rather than the best of, that you've chosen to see through suspicious eyes rather than loving eyes. Great work. And now allowing yourself also to release the seeds from you of things that are yet to materialize in your physical reality, that you have been intending to see blossom and bear fruit. So any of your goals, any of your intentions, anything that you have set in motion since the new year or before that you've really wanted to see happen and hasn't yet come to pass, hasn't yet come to materialize in the physical realm, just place the seeds in the sphere. So the seeds that haven't grown into plants, into seedlings, into plants, and into full bloom flowers and all the rest of it, okay? So there may be more than one thing here, just place it in there. Placing any difficulties you've experienced, so seeds of having particular challenges that occur again and again. And certainly the seed of needing to push for anything in order to get a result, needing things to be hard work in order to feel a sense of achievement. And we command a complete and irreversible release of any and all resistance to these seeds actually germinating and bearing fruit from our cellular, molecular, atomic, and subatomic memory, from the waves and particles of the quantum field and photon stream, from the physical, etheric, emotional, mental, and astral bodies, from the divine blueprint template, celestial and causal bodies, in all dimensions of our being and all directions of time and space. We command that this process continues until completion. So just allow the sphere in front of you to act like a vacuum now and to take from you as it spins all of the internal resistance that does exist, otherwise they would have actually materialized in some way, shape or form from your being, from your physical and your energetic being. And allowing any beliefs that correspond to the need for things to be difficult, the need to have to work hard, the need to have to prove oneself in order to achieve success, whatever that means to you. The opposite of failure. To have co-created what you want. So relationship with time has been massive for so many people. I'm always in alignment with divine timing. I let go and I let God, or I let go and I let source. Any of the self-sabotage that you're so used to implementing, it's second nature, but it's not who you really are. Let that all go in the sphere as well. And anything else that you need to let go of. Now start to imagine that you're pulling energy from your earth chakra and from your soul chakra at the same time. So you're pooling into your core and then purging from your heart into the sphere. Any aches and pains you've had, anything you've been worried about health-wise, put that organ, that condition, that fear into the sphere. And like I said, all the self-negging out. So if we've been looking at ourselves in a not very positive light, in a not very loving light, if those around us have maybe been in some way reflecting that, letting it all go. Good. So now you're looking at a sphere ahead of you that's probably quite big and potentially full of lots of interesting things that might look like different versions of you in victim consciousness. There may be all sorts of things in there. Just this idea of helplessness, of victim consciousness, of inability to move forward, of it's not safe to trust life, all that crap, okay? Just let it all go. It's not you, it's not your truth. And it's preventing you from allowing these seeds to grow, right? So now we're going to bring in infinite love, okay? And infinite love is a pure, clean, clear frequency. If you remember glacier mints, Fox's glacier mints, it's that clear liquid light that flows through. And it loves up and neutralizes everything in that sphere into pure, infinite love. So please just repeat after me. I am the flame of infinite love. I am the flame of infinite love. I am the flame of infinite love. And let that pure, clear light flow down through you, through your earth chakra. Let it purify your earth chakra, move around the planet. Let it pool into the heart of Mother Earth, the center of the planet, and then rush back up through your body and out from your heart into the sphere. It's so powerful. It's the understated frequency of pure, clear love light. You just go in there like a mini tornado and just love up everything in there until you end up with a beautiful crystal ball. And it'll be like a translucent ball of love light, but you will see your seeds in there. You'll see the seeds that didn't grow. And they're like in a cosmic incubator, a divine womb. And so as you purify all of that is in the sphere, all of the resistance, you'll notice that those seeds start to maybe change color, change form, grow bigger. And they're going to shift into being pure, clear, crystalline, translucent seeds. They need to be completely purified. But let them hold the frequency or the shape of a seed. I know disappointment has been a huge frequency for people to shift. So look at the seeds you have in there. Look at how they're changing form. And then we're going to bring in the glitter. So the glitter energies that you want to call in. So if it's pink, you call yourself the divine flame of love light. Okay, the soft pink flame of divine love light. or the strong pink flame of divine love light, or the golden flame of divine love light. So I'm going to bring those two in particularly, the magenta and the gold, and also the emerald wants to come through as well, but you can choose any other color that needs to come through you and just say, I am the bright orange flame of divine love light. Don't worry about the frequency. For you, it will be individual. For each of us, different colors symbolize different energy frequencies, different feelings. Whatever comes to you is right. So bringing in the golden flame of the divine masculine, I am the golden flame of divine love light. So let it move down through you. I am the golden flame of divine love light. I am the golden flame of divine love light. And this is the Midas touch. It turns everything to gold. It allows you to prosper wherever you turn. So anchor it into your earth chakra. Feed it around the planet. Move it back up from the core into your body and out through your heart. And send that golden glitter into the sphere. Well done. Let it germinate those seeds with the Midas touch. And we will actually shift our perception of the Midas touch as being a really good thing, okay? This is when you have the lucky streak about you, the luck of the Irish. This is when you have that idea of being able to turn anything you want into a prosperous and abundant opportunity to grow. Let it work its magic till those seeds are glowing as they grow. They may start to sprout roots, golden roots. And now we'll bring in the magenta flame of divine love light. So whatever magenta feels like for you, for me it's delight. Just the delight of things actually materializing. I've had so much happen in my life recently. In the last 6 months, there's been one thing after another materializing in ways I couldn't possibly imagine. Like, absolutely amazing. There is always room for more. So I am the magenta flame of divine love light. I am the magenta flame of divine love light. I am the magenta flame of divine love light. And it flows down and through. Let it move into the earth, around the planet, back up through the core, through you, and from your heart into the sphere. So now we're infusing these lovely seeds with delight. The idea of being exquisite opportunities that literally fall into your lap and you are delighted by them. All you have to do is say yes. You don't have to work. You don't have to push for this. It's just coming to you. Just say yes. Just be the lovely self that you are, and everything is revealed. Well done. And now bringing in the emerald green flame of divine love light, which is, it's both protective, but also very magnetic. So when I see the emerald flame, I know that it holds our energy as sovereign. So it prevents envy or other people's ill will from affecting us negatively, whether it's intended or not. But it also allows us to be very visible where we need to be visible and very invisible where we don't need to be visible. So it's very protective of the physical form as well. But it allows everything that we want to grow and bear fruit to do so in such a way that really is for the highest good of all, the win-win-win. So now calling in the emerald green flame. I am the emerald green flame of divine love light. I am the emerald green flame of divine love light. I am the emerald green flame of divine love light. Let that flow down and through. Let it move up through your heart into the sphere. And it allows also other seeds to grow that you might not have thought of, that are actually really good for you, that you really want. And just allow those three to blend together. All this lovely glitter, sparkly glitter. Watch what's happening now. Can you see that it's almost like a kaleidoscope? So you can take in other colours. The orange wants to come through. So I am the bright orange flame of divine love light. I am the bright orange flame of divine love light. I am the bright orange flame of divine love light. And this is really the frequency of joy as I understand it. So breathe it down through the planet, back up through you and from your heart into the sphere. And just watch this kaleidoscope, these germinating seeds that become these beautiful plants and flowers. And the whole of your sphere is filled with the most magnificent display of fruit that has been born. And also, yeah, beautiful, magnificent flower displays. So, like, just imagining every one of these seeds having blossomed and fruited in ways you just couldn't imagine how magnificently things have turned out. You literally just follow your joy, follow your bliss, look at making amazing friends and contacts, and allowing that generosity of spirit that is your heart to gift the world, and seeing how just you being as you are in your truth, both your light and your shadow, by the way, you create the most magnificent display that is your energy field, it's your vibration. And this is how you love up your shadow and stop it having power of you and causing destruction towards yourself or others. So when you're ready, I'm just going to anchor this. We're nearly at the new moon. So, hello, Reaper. We're nearly at the point where this new moon has been born, and we're going to infuse that energy as well into us in a moment. But I'm inviting you now just to anchor this beautiful frequency that you've created of this huge, beautiful internal oasis garden. And maybe you can see lovely creatures like butterflies and birds and anything you love that you feel safe around. So this is your Eden, your Garden of Eden. Oh, so beautiful. So before you step into it, marvel it, anchor it. So we look at it and we say, anchor, lock and seal, recalibrate, align, balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle, integration, expression and manifestation in my physical reality and all dimensions of my being, in all space and time. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is when we're going to dive into the deep blue, or dive into the beautiful garden. You've got to create that golden bridge from your heart into that sphere. I want you to imagine now that you're looking down at this golden bridge, and there literally is an abyss between you and the bridge. Sorry, you and the sphere you're stepping into. So that golden bridge becomes a light and visible as you put one step in front of the other. So look down, put that one step in front of the other, do it slowly, cautiously, meticulously. See how that bridge is built until you step into this magical realm. And suddenly you're surrounded. You're surrounded by the flowers that have been created, the trees that have borne fruit, the seeds that became seedlings, that became plants, that became your hopes and dreams manifest in this physical realm. What does it feel like to be where you want to be? Feel into it. Feel into it. My head's like gently tilted back as though I'm receiving the blessings from above. Opening to that new moon light pouring down through my third eye as it comes forward. Now it's now 9:04. I'm just going to double check the timing so we're absolutely clear. Yep, perfect timing. So just open up, like really just drink this energy in through you as you are in this beautiful Garden of Eden of all that you have sought and fought so hard to manifest, learning to take your foot off the pedal, learning to yield, to receive, and seeing your name in light, seeing the very things that you have sought to create right here in front of you, right here in your reality. And again, just give yourself some time. You're here with me. The energy's high, it's potent. I give thanks to CoCreation Collective for being with us, to inspiring us, along with the Cacao Diva, to see these visions. So what does it feel like? Just let yourself receive it all. And as you feed yourself through the sphere, remember that this liquid moonlight is flowing down. It's full of the energy that you need to co-create these manifestations without doing anything other than deepening your breath and allowing yourself to receive. Just rising above the stuff that is not supporting your highest good right now. And taking that liquid moonlight down through your earth chakra into your roots, around the planet. So now your sphere of compassion has changed. Your sphere of compassion now includes the manifestation of these seeds having borne fruit. So the new version of you, whoever you've been co-creating since the new year, even before, that's got this stuff in check. Look at you. Look at how you radiate. Look at how you show up. Look at what your energy is like. Look at the people around you. Allow yourself to want what you want. Allow yourself to give thanks for it. Great. And just feeling that your call has been heard, your prayers have been answered. A whole choir of angels are basically saying, yes, 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 yes. Yes to your success. Yes to feeling this gorgeous state of beingness. Self-acceptance, self-approval, self-respect, self-allowance. And the worthiness and the deserving. I am worthy and I am deserving. I am worthy and I am deserving. I am worthy and I am deserving. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. And just seeing how as everyone cultivates this amazing bliss-filled state, how beneficial this is to the whole planet. So in order to allow this to truly manifest in divine timing, we say, so please repeat after me, I command this process continues until completion. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration, expression, and manifestation in my physical reality and in all dimensions of my being, in all space and time. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So slowly deepen your breath, slowly come back. And as you deepen your breath and as you come back, feel your connection to the earth. So if you have your feet on the ground, just breathe in through the soles of your feet. Breathe the energy of this ascending earth paradigm into you. You are ascending. We are all ascending. And you'll come to the point that your eyes want to open. And here we are. Hello again. Wow, that was so cool. So thank you to the CoCreation Collective for that one. Wow, that was awesome. I'm really excited to hear how you all found that. So come back. If you're finding it difficult to come back, just really breathe into your heart, breathe into your body. Remember, it's not about going off. It's about bringing all that energy into your physical reality, earthing it, rooting down to rise up. So just really breathe it through you. Take some deep breaths. Come back. Allow yourself to come back. You're bringing all this with you. It's not escapism. It's something you connect to and you bring it back. So come back and let me know how you are. Let's see if there are any other messages. I'd love to know how that was for everybody, what kind of experiences you had. And I'm just going to wait a little bit. For me, I saw like the most awesome, like just indoor garden, just grow. Ruby and silver, very nice. Well, ruby is great for manifesting abundance, and silver, of course, with the moon energy as well, would make perfect sense. So great. Really trust your intuition with this. Like you've got to like learn the rules to break them. That's kind of the way I teach things. Is like know how to do things. You saw your pea. What's a pea? Tell us, Rochelle. What's a PEA? You saw your peacock. Wicked. Okay, so peacocks are very interesting. Now, I've been working with peacock energy, okay, a lot since I got a piece of peacock ore that was given to me for my birthday, my 40th. It actually was a bigger piece that was split in two, and I gave half of it to Ian because what we're both learning to do is to transmute our perceived poison. So, you know, like I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian anymore. Like I eat meat. I've needed to for a long time. I drink alcohol. I smoke occasionally. I do all sorts of things that apparently you're not supposed to do if you're spiritual. And the main thing with this is that we have to, as we do go through processes of needing to detox massively to clear stuff that needs to be cleared, but then we need to learn to transmute poisons through our bodies. Okay, we need to learn to take that toxicity that we perceive either within us or around us and to transmute it, because we are capable of doing that. That's why in the end we don't have to fear the EMFs, the 5G, the GMOs, all the rest of it. It's just not going to be as good for you. It's not as nice, but through the power of prayer, through the power of Reiki, through the power of all sorts of things, you are able to transmute and transcend. So the peacock energy, Rochelle, for you, very powerful to, again, allow yourself to take all of the poisons that you've had to consume in terms of toxic thought forms and religious conditioning, etc. Not saying all religious conditioning is poisonous, but a lot of it is. And to transmute it so that it becomes purely a blessing that's brought you to this point today. Danny's saying, that was amazing. My world was just glowing and buzzy and full of joy, all wonderful possibilities, so much abundance, delight, wonderful. It was rocking, wasn't it? That was probably one of my finest co-creations, as in what came through was really beautiful. Like, I really enjoyed that as well. So I hope that's helpful. And thank you so much for taking the time with me. I love connecting with you here. If you haven't yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. I'm on a mission to create a 1 million strong collective of consciousness. I was given that information 2 months ago, 2 new moons ago. And, you know, I just feel we're all part of this together, and we all have our own beautiful piece of the jigsaw. The more I become transparent, the more authentic I feel, the more I'm able to own my light and my shadow, and therefore to transmute that which may have felt shame around or difficulty accepting, to become the radiant being that I am, that you are, that we all are. So does anyone else have anything they would like to comment on? Otherwise, I will bring this to a close. Remember, your crystals have been charged up. Oh, thank you, Annie. Thank you. Thank you. It doesn't take a lot to make me want to cry. So keep these crystals near you, like work with them every day, connect with them, tell them you love them, put them out in the moonlight when you get the full moon. If it's raining, just bear in mind some crystals don't like the rain. Malachite definitely doesn't, and some of these will dissolve too much. Hello, Louisa Pinney. Oh, hello. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm really glad you enjoyed that. And again, just a little reminder, thank you, Rochelle, to subscribe to the Rosy Glow website if you would like the Star Salutation Prosperity Challenge. The Star Salutation itself is an awesome all-round, like 10-minute yoga practice. I get bored of sun salutation, so I like to go round. I like to do things lots of different ways. So this awakens your sort of connection to your star family, and it helps you to manifest with grace and ease. There's a whole tapping practice. Thank you. Enjoy your paradise. You deserve it. I am enjoying it. I am. And I'm really glad to be here. There's a part of me that's still kind of like, is this real? Is something terrible going to happen in England while I'm away? And I'm like, I know it isn't. It's going to be fine. Just have to remind my daughter to open my post for me. And yeah, as I said with the crystals, keep them near you. Put them under your pillow. If you'd like to subscribe to Rosy Glow Instagram, that's where I do the daily prayer every day. Like I'm having to do it the night before it gets posted in the morning now by my lovely Cherie and Courtney, the team that are part of Rosy Glow, and I then recite it at some point between 1 and 2 usually now, and it will be on my stories on Instagram. Also on Rosy Glow Facebook, you have, well, we basically put similar content between the Facebook and the Instagram, because I know some of you are on one and not on the other. But if you want to be one of my friends on Rosie Calliabetsos, then try and friend me, because I think I can take another 2,000 friends before I can't anymore. So I like having friends who love what I do. So if you do, then you can find me, Rosie Calliabetsos, and I will be glad to accept your friendship. So who else? What gorgeous place am I in? I'm actually in Grand Cayman. I found out from a local yesterday that it's not Cayman, it's Cayman. So this is just below Miami. It's independent, as in it's not part of the USA. It's part of the British Commonwealth, I believe, but I'm just going to sound a little ignorant here. It is a beautiful paradise island. The last time I actually went away was 2 years ago to Kauai, to my teacher in Kauai. So now I'm here, and it's like an opportunity to make friends with the potential to be out here over the winter months. So the potential to, hopefully, if I can make the right kind of connections with people, run retreats here, and also teach yoga out here in the winter, and still offer my yoga online for all of you who want to stay connected to me. But yeah, we're at that phase of life where this is a possibility. I've co-created this, and it is awesome. It is so beautiful. I went for my first experience of scuba diving this morning in the pool, and hopefully I'm going to be going out with Ian this afternoon after I finish with you all to do my first ocean dive. So learning to breathe underwater, I have to say I was quite scared, but I faced my fears and went into it, and it's fun. So Sarika, thank you. That was wonderful. You looking smashing. Oh, bless you. We're all reflections of each other. Remember that? Thank you, Louise. I really, really appreciate that. And yeah, with the deepest gratitude in my heart to you all, just remember that I know a lot of you have been through so many tough moments recently. It can be so easy to give up on yourself, to feel like it's not working, that, you know, you've got nowhere better than where you were before. But like, remember, when you're building something new, you have to unplug everything that doesn't work. And then you can pull back in again. And that's what I do through my work, is I unplug all the defunct programming and we plug back into the motherboard source, all that is, in the right way. And I've had to learn that through doing things the not so great way. So I really share it with you. So thanks for spending an hour and 20 minutes with me, my friends. I will, once this uploads properly, add all the links so you can purchase Keith's Cacao if you want. You can join me on Instagram and on Facebook and on my website. And if you would like to book a breakthrough call, I actually have one space left on my Fearless, Empowered and Free to Be Me course, which is starting 13th of February. So it runs Wednesdays at 8 p.m. It runs for 4 months. It's a very, very nourishing program. 4 or 5 people on here have already done it. And it's a beautiful rewiring from the inside out for those of you who would like to do that. There's going to be a post coming out tomorrow, I think, about why we stay in toxic relationships, or why we stay in controlling relationships. So I'm imagining there are a couple of people out there that might resonate with that. And this particular group that is going to be doing Fearless are very much in, they're learning to control their mental body, so their mind space. They're very, the people that have joined already are all masters in their own right. But they're needing to really make that journey of dropping into trusting their hearts, which was my journey for so many years to get there. And it still is. It's, you know, you still grow and learn with it. But just trust your higher self. Trust you're in the right place at the right time. You can't go wrong. And the better it gets, the better it gets. Okay? I love you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being with me. Take care. Bye-bye.